Okay. All right. Let's get this show underway. Folks, first and foremost, we appreciate all your patience. Today is another very historical day. We are going to be diving deep into Unveiling the In-Game Economy Part 2. If you guys have not seen it, it is our second most recent Medium article. We're also going to be diving into the other Medium article discussing the Grand Hunt tournament. Don't worry, we're going to answer a bunch of questions. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff today. But first and foremost, big shout out. We have Vadim, Vad Crypto, aka the CEO of Boss Fighters, and Alex, our lead designer for Boss Fighters, both a part of obviously Pix Ward Studios, and myself, Rain Rats, community manager here at Boss Fighters as well. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Let's get it super duper duper exciting. So Vadim, first and foremost, obviously, there's again, which is great for the economy. There's a lot to unpack in all these articles. So I'm very happy we're discussing all this stuff, right? Because I think it's very, very important. And so the big part about this is, there's the three digital collectibles, right? Utility items, utility cosmetics, and pure utilities. So I think the best way to start this off actually is, Alex, let's have you start it off, Alex. I want to make sure everybody hears your lovely voice off the bat. Can you explain the difference between utility items, utility cosmetics, and pure utility?
Yeah, sure. So pure, first of all, pure utilities, it's items that you equip separately from your gear, from your skins, and so on. So it's like showrunner contract, badges, and stadiums, right? You use them to farm BFT to get better rewards and so on, but they do not affect any gameplay. So that's why we call it pure utilities. Then utility cosmetics, it's regular skins, but converted into NFT items. And they also don't give any gameplay benefits, and they affect only Web3 part of the game. And then utility items, it's actual gear equipment, so weapons, fighters, bosses, gadgets, tools, and so on. They all have both gameplay stats, and if you convert them into NFT, they will have also Web3 parameters that affect Web3 part of the game. This is how we split them.
Perfect. Vadim, anything you wanted to add on that? I think Alex did a pretty good job. Okay, Vadim agrees. I don't know if he accidentally muted himself.
Yeah.
But well done, Alex. Good job.
I think I accidentally muted myself, but yeah. Actually, not a lot to add here, but I think to make it even clear here, so because all the items right now, the items that you see on the marketplace, they all have this fancy looks. They have basically they are utility cosmetics. You haven't yet seen actual utility items because we didn't we never sold them. They will appear in the game once the economy starts rolling out. Right now, what you see is actually utility cosmetics. So the cosmetic looks that you have of these items, these are utility cosmetics, and they will have those value pairs that we were talking last time. So yeah, like this utility items is a little bit still unknown for the community, but I think in the next article we're actually gonna have the whole process explained, how these items are getting made basically in the game, how you from normal items in the game create those utility items with the help of the Web3 elements.
Perfect. Beautiful. And Merlin, I see. Oh, Merlin isn't in here. Okay, any from the Alchemist people, let him know about this. This is obviously super important. But the next thing we're going to talk about is the badge and the badge utility. And it's confirmed, guys, for all our big-time players. Merlin's been asking me about this constantly. So I hope someone gets him this information. But the badge is, in fact, our version of Big Time's Hourglass, which is awesome. And it's been something that has worked very successfully for Big Time in the past. And so on the Medium article, if you look, again, link should be in the comments too, guys. But there's limited supply. And so my question to you, Vadim, is obviously you look at this limited supply, right? You have 200,000 commons, 100,000 uncommon, 50,000 rare, 25,000 epic, 10,000 legendary, 5,000 mythic, 2,000 exalted, 500 exotic, 100 transcendent, and 1 unique. And so the question is, first and foremost, well, everybody's going to know, how do you get the unique, right? If there's only one, what is it going to take to get the unique?
Okay. So that's a really good question. That actually, the question encompasses a wider topic. How do you actually craft those badges, and how do you basically ascend the rarity of the badges? How do you craft the better rarity of the badges? And yeah, that's done with the showrunner contracts. So it's if you play big time, it's like quite similar to what big time is doing, but with some additional elements that we have, like basically based on what we're trying to do and the narrative boss fighters. So you need so let's say you start with a common badge. Like, to craft a common badge, you have to have at least one showrunner contract of a common rarity, or you can have an uncommon rarity showrunner contract, or basically any rarity, because the rarity of the contract dictates what kind of badges it can craft and recharge. So let's say you have a rare showrunner contract. That means you can craft and recharge commons, uncommons, and rare badges. That's super simple. So you start with a common badge. Then you see that, yeah, there is a potential with the uncommon badge. You really want this thing because it basically gives you better rewards when you equip it and play the game. So you have to have at least 2 common badges. You have to have a showrunner contract, and you sort of combine them into one thing. You also pay additional resources that you collect in game by playing the game. So you have to use these resources in this process. And you get yourself a fancy new uncommon badge. So while you do this, those 2 common badges, they sort of disappear. They not getting burned technically, but they free an available supply for other players to craft those common badges. And this is the way how you go up this ladder. So some rarities might require more badges to craft. High rarities of badges might require more resources and specific resources that you get from special in-game activities, special game modes, and eventually you can craft a unique badge. So yeah, people from Alchemist say that this is very similar to Big Time Hourglass process, and yeah, it works really well, and we actually improved it in a few ways. And yeah, that's basically the thing is very familiar to Big Time.
Okay, perfect. Well said, easily understandable. No, I love that, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited, right? It almost feels like I don't know if you ever heard of Willy Wonka and the Golden Ticket, right? It's like hunting to get as many golden tickets as you can, and then trying to merge and craft them into the ultimate, the one of one unique golden ticket. So that's exciting, Vadim. I'm amped up, man. I'm amped up. I'm very amped up. I'm very excited. I know the community is super excited too. Okay, so we understand badges. That's amazing. We understand the rarity. We understand how badges are used and how they're cohesive with showrunner contracts. Now, with showrunner contracts, there is, a direct correlation between the rarity of a contract that determines the maximum level of a passive bonus a contract can potentially have. Alex, can you go a little bit more in depth on what this exactly means?
Yes, sure. So each contract will have a passive bonus. It's kind of side effect. So main usage of contracts is to craft and recharge badges, right? But also each contract has its own passive bonus. There are several types. I will not share all of them right now, but for example, let's say there is a chance to craft a badge for free. And if it's, let's say, epic contract, the highest possible chance will be around 5%, let's say. But if it's transcended or even unique contract, the highest chance can be above 10%. So you can spend your sponsor marks to upgrade contracts to reach that value of maximum possible number, right? So, for example, it starts with 1%, and if it's epic, the highest one is 5%. If it's transcendent, the highest is 10%, for example. So you spend your sponsor marks, upgrade it, and reach that passive bonus. And there are several types of those bonuses that will be distributed randomly among contracts. But once it's set, it won't be ever changed. So it will be always the same bonus. You can upgrade it to maximum level and then have a small, nice benefit every time you do something with your badges.
I actually don't know if we shared the resources of the game, because the sponsor marks, it is the thing, one of the game resources. Probably I was looking at these articles for too long, and probably this is going to be the next article. But yeah, we can talk about this.
Yeah. Well, there are some resources that you spend on upgrading, obviously. So more details will be in next articles, but still, you should just know there are some resources. One of them is called sponsor marks, and you can use it to upgrade contracts.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, okay, just to let you guys. So yeah, we did in this article. We mentioned sponsor marks, but yes, we did not go in depth at all on really how to get them, how they work, etc. Basically besides you enhance the passive bonuses using sponsor marks. So we're good. We didn't leak. You did good, Alex. No worries. No worries. You did great. Okay. And then I think an interesting thing too about it, right, is if you look at, and again, for everyone that's listening here, this is how the supply works for the showrunner contracts. So we have 50,000 commons, 35,000 uncommons, 20,000 rares, 10,000 epics, 5,000 legendaries, 2,500 mythics, 1,000 exalted, 250 exotic, 50 transcendent, and 1 unique. So obviously, you need contracts in order to form and recharge and craft badges. And so the supply of the badges is much greater than the contracts. And so Vadim, obviously I understand, but maybe if people, aren't fully understanding the direct correlation between the two yet, why would the supplies be different between both of these assets?
That's a very good question. So basically the supplies are different, and they made in a way so the contract can keep the maintenance of several badges. So let's say you can craft one at a time, and you can recharge 2 at a time. Basically, we have this 1-to-3 ratio between contracts and badges. So we don't want you to be forced into we want players to be able to play and recharge the badges whenever they want, even if they have just one contract. So having a one contract will allow you to sort of constantly play the game and recharge the badges. It's not like precisely that, but yeah, you can recharge and grab badges at the same time with one contract.
Okay. No, totally makes sense, man. Well done. Right. It has to be able to support one another, right? To support the ecosystem and then foster a positive economic experience for the community. So I completely agree. Very well done. Okay. Next part in the article 2, guys, is again, Micro Kong. I know you're here, buddy. I know you were hoping this article was all about the stadium. Don't worry, man. Same thing goes again. Stadium is your gateway to making showrunner contracts. It's vital for the game's economy. Stadium owners get special discounts and can rack up more in-game rewards. They also give unique streaming features when using the Boss Fighters Twitch extension. Details to be announced. Vadim, can we say, will there be more details about the stadium in the next article or the article after the next?
I hope it will be an article after the next, but no guarantees. Guarantees.
Yep, no worries. It's worth the wait, guys. I promise. The stadium is it's the crown jewel of the whole economy. It's worth the wait, I promise. And especially with the extension, you see how everything works on that lines. Like it's probably going to need its whole article. Like there's so many.
Yeah.
So many layers.
That's right. That's right. So it's probably gonna need its own article, how the stadium's gonna work, what they do apart from just crafting these contracts. Not just crafting contracts. Actually, you can craft these contracts by doing certain things with the stadiums. So I won't spoil things before time comes.
No worries. I got you covered. Okay. So this next part is super important. A lot of people have been asking me questions internally about this, and I'm super excited that we're going to talk about it today. So again, if you're following, the best way to go along with this right now, guys, is to follow along the Medium article, Unveiling In-Game Economy, Part 2. Right now, we're now at the Exploring Utility Items aspect. And on this one, I'm just kind of going to read it verbatim a little bit, and then I'm going to ask some questions that people have asked me. Is that okay, Vadim?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. So it says, in boss fighters, utility items such as characters and equipment feature 10 rarity levels. It's important to note that rarity levels from exalted to unique become accessible only after converting an item into a digital collectible. Note, all items such as characters and equipment start as standard game assets and can initially reach up to the 6th level of rarity. However, through the conversion process, these items transition into Web3 digital collectibles, allowing their rarity to increase from level 6 to 10, exalted to unique, and therefore become tradable on the open loop marketplace. So the question, Vadim, is this, that everyone's been asking me, is does this apply to basically every cosmetic in the game? So like current NFTs, rowdies, etc. Does this apply to that, or does this apply to in-game assets only?
This applies to all in-game assets and all cosmetics as well. So yeah, that is the short answer. The long answer is all in-game items. Yes, basically, like if you're starting playing boss fighters as a traditional gamer, you start a game, you don't know anything about Web3. You start playing the game, you have this like, if you look at this this image, you can see we have like the rarities of in-game items. They also have their own sort of a skin, right? It's not like it's nothing fancy, but it still shows the rarity of this item. So you have this common, so gray, green, dull texture, basically like you have uncommon, and it basically follows the same pattern across all items. So you start playing the game as a traditional gamer. You don't know anything about Web3. You start crafting these items, like merging them together, and actually the whole article will be about this process. The next article, like how it's done, what do you need to do this, what do you get in return. So you craft these items, and eventually you hit basically hit the ceiling. Like it's level 6. You can craft it up to tier 6, the mythic item. So it has this unique texture, right? So you can show everyone that, yeah, you have this mythic item, but it's still just an in-game asset. Yeah, it has its perks. It has some gameplay. It has like this gameplay power perks, as we call them. You can still like do the perk selection process through this merging, which we're gonna talk in the next article. But you can only play with these items in the game. So, and then, or even before that, you can start. You can embark on the Web3 part of the Web3 journey, basically, and you can do two things. You can wait until you craft this item like up to a tier 6 and then convert it into a digital collectible, or you can just convert a level 1 item, like the common item. It can you can have a common NFT item basically, and then you do the same process with the NFT. And the difference is those digital collectibles, digital items, they will have those value perks that directly affect your rewards in the game. Like it doesn't affect your gameplay when an item becomes this NFT item, but it actually affects like how many resources you can collect and like other things. But it doesn't affect your battle performance, which is like really important because it's not about like pay to win. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. And if it's not clear still, just wait for the next article, or I can elaborate a little bit more.
No, for sure. I think that's super crystal clear. I'm going to have a follow-up question with it. But again, yeah, that was the biggest thing, right? Like people didn't want it to be pay to win. They weren't really, fully understanding how it's going to work. But, overall, guys, basically it's our way to keep the game fair, fun, and enticing, not only for our Web3 community members, but also for the Web2 aspect of the game, right? Like we're dropping on App Lab soon. And we want to make sure that people on App Lab, the ultimate goal is to have them fall in love with boss fighters, play boss fighters, and then, a percentage of them convert into Web3 users for boss fighters as well, right? So I think it's very well done, Vadim. It's crystal clear how you explained it. I do have a little follow-up question on it, though. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So obviously with, specifically to the graphics, this is what people have been asking me. So when we did, the Alpha Pass sale, right, there was, the common, the uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, etc. And you open your Alpha Pass. Let's say I got a legendary striker, right?
Right.
With this new format being implemented, will that striker skin, will that start at legendary and be able to be upgraded from legendary, or will it be a common version of that skin that can still be upgraded?
No. That's this is where it's get a little bit confusing, and let me just reiterate on this. So all these items that are currently on the marketplace, these are cosmetic items, cosmetic collectibles. So those will have their own value perks, and what you can do with these cosmetic items, you can apply them on top of your game item, or you can apply them on top of your basically a game utility item. So let's say you play the game, there will be like a trophy road thing, like where you collect these rewards. Basically, you can collect like 100 of common strikers, right? Then you merge them together, you have this like legendary weapon. But you still can apply any kind of skin onto this legendary weapon. So the skin, the cosmetic, and like the Alpha Striker, the Duck Striker, which is uncommon. So you can like slap the skin on top of your weapon, and not only you create a unique look, because we really want to focus on cosmetics aspect. That's why we show this chart with pretty simple color schemes of those weapons. So this is what you're gonna get in the normal gameplay if you don't follow this cosmetic path. But you have this cosmetic. If you have the cosmetic item, you just put it on top of your game item. Not only you still have all these parameters of your game item that you carefully selected in this crafting process, but you're also getting this nice value perk on top that you have in this cosmetic utility NFT. And what's even more exciting, our Genesis collection, the Rowdies, which essentially work as the character skins, and the alpha passes, all the content from alpha passes, they will be treated separately. So they will have like enhanced utilities in the form of like enhanced perks and something like that. And we're actually going to have a separate article about this.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Just another point. You cannot merge skins together. You cannot craft, you cannot combine two uncommon strikers into like a new one. Like basically they're set. Like all the supplies on them are set. So yeah, but you still can craft the cosmetic items in the game, and there will be like the next article is going to talk about how you actually create the cosmetics in the game.
Okay. No, amazing. Yeah, no, that's super crystal clear now. I think everyone understands. That's fantastic. And then again, guys, to talk about, the two perks again, talking about the perks, right? So the power perk, your power perks are, actually, Alex, do you want to explain what is a power perk and what is a value perk?
Yeah, sure. So power perk, it's pretty simple. It's additional gameplay parameter on an item, right? So for example, you had just a slime lobber, and then you upgrade it to rare quality, and it get a new power perk. And this power perk can be, for example, plus 10% of critical damage, just for example, right? Or plus, I don't know, 20% of explosive damage. And it affects your gameplay directly, so you become stronger. But value perks, they're different. They affect your after-match rewards, so they can increase how many tokens you get, they can increase how many resources you can get at the end of the match, but they will never increase your in-game power. So value perks don't make you stronger when you're fighting, they make you richer, literally. But power perks, they get you stronger during the gameplay, and you can select those perks, you can breed those perks. Let's say you can choose the best what you like, the best what fits your gameplay, and make your own build with power perks. While value perks, they will give you better rewards.
Yeah, and one thing to add here, because power perks so appear on items only up to tier 6, up to mythic tier, and this is exactly where the non-Web3 gamer can end with the process of selecting and creating game items. No one will have an advantage in terms of who has the best weapon. Like Web3 users won't have more powerful weapon, because power perks, you can have only 3 of them, and you get them up to a mythic level. And then for exalted, exotic, transcendent, unique, you get in value perks. So it's actually it's sort of there is an incentive to craft those NFTs, to convert in-game items into NFTs, because you actually getting more value perks than power perks.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we've pretty much covered, everything in this article. There's obviously a bunch of other stuff to talk about too. There's one big thing I am going to talk about that's going to get people super excited. If you guys have not read this article, make sure you do dive deep into it. At the end of this, of course, we are going to open it up to questions. So any questions you guys have, feel free to hop on up here, just request, and I'll move you up here. You can ask whatever questions you have. One thing I did want to share too, and then Vadim, I wanted to give it to you. If there was anything else specific you wanted to talk about this article, I think this one is super important. It's near the bottom of the article, and people might have forgot about it. But finally, you guys are getting an answer that you guys are going to love, okay? Here we go. For those holding Halloween and Christmas collections, right? So the gingerbread skin, the nutcracker skin, the awesome, bat striker skin, and all the other awesome holiday seasonal cosmetics that we released, here's some good news for you guys. Initially, you all acquired these as in-game items, right? You now have the opportunity to convert these skins into digital collectibles once the in-game economy is launched. That's right. So you will be able to convert these into digital collectibles. I know you've all been waiting for that. You guys have all been wanting that. It's coming. We promise it's coming, okay? So this not only opens the door to participating in the economy, but also elevates these items to rare digital collectibles, thanks to their event-specific release. So get ready to embrace the economic benefits and rarity that these transformed collectibles bring to your gaming experience. And again, reminder that when the economy releases, around Q3 of 2024, that's when you're going to be able to do that stuff too. So it's awesome. It's incredible. You guys are finally getting what you wanted. Vadim, obviously, we covered a ton of stuff in this article already. I feel like we covered, a lot of the main points that people are going to need a little bit more of an assessment on as well. Was there anything else specific you wanted to talk about from the article, or do you want to dive into the tournament aspect now?
Yeah, I think I'm good. We can talk about the tournament.
Okay. Alex, you're good too, buddy? You've been killing it, Alex.
Yeah, all good.
Well done, Alex. I keep telling you, man, you're kind of an unsung hero. They love hearing your voice. Mm-hmm. You got a beautiful voice, buddy. We love having you up here.
Thanks.
Okay, folks, here we go. The Grand Hunt Tournament. Okay. That's the next article. You can also see that on Medium. It's the second article you guys will be able to find. We'll also make sure to put in the chat. But first and foremost, I just want to say I love the cosmetics. I love this. I'm a huge cat guy, man. I love cats. You could say that it's kind of a giraffe print. I'm gonna say it's a cheetah print. I'm gonna say it's a cheetah print, but you're gonna be able to earn the Beast Mode Brawler or the Savage Huntress. And obviously, as the boss, you can unlock the Predator Overlord. Now, guys, I want to also address something here too. You know, a lot of you guys talked about, you know, like wanting to know what's going to happen. Like, how does this work? What are the rules? What are the parameters? All this other stuff. So, you know, we could talk about that a little bit. But ultimately, I'll let Vadim, you know, really focus on a little bit of that, because one thing we wanted to make sure with this aspect, you know, yes, it's a tournament, right? But it's not like one of our super hardcore, you know, insane tournaments, right? This is, think of it as a tournament that's really focused on, you know, fairness, community activation, and everyone having fun, okay? It's about having fun and having a really good time and rewarding you guys for having fun and having a really good time. So, Vadim, I would love to just kind of open up the floor for you off the bat to discuss kind of the tournament, you know, why we're doing this. And then, you know, obviously I can dive in with some questions from the community for it.
Yeah, you said it very well. So it's not about like going hardcore, going all in with this tournament. So we heard your feedback, and we don't want to end up in a situation when you guys are sweating so hard, like playing 24/7 to get these skins or like other items from the tournament. So that's why we decided to structure this tournament around those in-game missions. So you're already familiar with this in-game missions. Basically, you log into the game, you have a selection of 3, and you have like probably like 6 of them in total. And yeah, you complete the mission, you get the points, and this is like the only thing you need to do to get this. And so it's more about the community activation, having fun, and our Discord showed insane growth. So we want to invite more people to participate in this event. So it's not about like going really hardcore. So we're gonna have this in the future for sure, but this one is a little bit more chilly. But we also decided to add those new pure utilities to the prize pool, and as you can read in the article, we want to reward our VR players with this. So in the future, most likely we're gonna have these rewards for the fighters. But right now, we really want you VR boys to come to this tournament and play the game and have fun with the community. Show newcomers how to be a gentle boss. I'm talking about you, Sci-Fi High, and yeah. So just we want you to have fun. So these skins, they will be available after like after a few weeks. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm open to questions.
Fantastic. Fantastic, man. Could not have said it better myself, Vadim. Well done. And so, guys, just going over quick details on it. You know, battle windows are March 16th through 17th, March 22nd through the 23rd, and March 30th through 31st. As always, in the top left side of Discord, you will see under the events tab, all this stuff will be there for you guys, obviously, as we get close to each date, including the playtimes associated as well, right? So Friday is nonstop, man. Go crazy on Friday. Saturday is 6 to 9 p.m. UTC, and then 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. UTC. And then Sunday will be 3 to 6 p.m. UTC, and then 8 p.m. to 11 a.m. UTC. Now, again, we're giving away 15 showrunner contracts, guys. 15 showrunner contracts, as you heard from what we talked about earlier, as well as, you know, what's coming for the future. Showrunner contracts are uber important to the economy, and they are something you are going to want. So shout out to our VR players. They're going to have an opportunity to win these. And again, you might wonder how to win these. That's the beauty of it. You don't know how to win. You don't know how to win. The advice I can give you in a sneak peek is play your heart out, try to win games, have fun, and just enjoy. Just play the game, try to win as a fighter or a boss, and we'll see what happens. We want to make sure that no one is able to, you know, manipulate the outcome or anything like that. We want to make sure it's fair and unpredictable competition as well, guys. So 5 showrunner contracts every single weekend that are both common and uncommon rarities. So that's awesome. That's amazing. And I think we've covered it. I will say this, Vadim, is it a giraffe? Would you say it's a giraffe skin or a cheetah skin?
It's a cheetah. It's a cheetah.
Thank you. Thank you. People were arguing with me about that, man. People were arguing. I was like, no, it's a cheetah. And they said, who wants to be a giraffe, right? We're cheetahs, man. It's big boss predators, man. It's a cheetah. They're like, no, Rain. You know, giraffes are alpha predators. They can knock you out with their neck, which is true. Which is true. But come on, man. You guys have seen how fast Bullet can move as a VR boss. We got to make sure we got that cheetah skin up in there. Okay. So, Vadim, anything else you want to cover at all on either of these two articles? Are you ready to open it up to community questions?
Just one more thing here. So, like, the tournament schedule says that Friday is just a normal play time, so we can practice. We're actually going to have some updates, like some bug fixes, and these are minor because we're really focusing on the major update. But yeah, you can just play normal on Friday, and then like the tournament windows where we actually track your scores, the mission scores, is it's on Saturday and Sunday. Like the time windows are there in the schedule.
Perfect. Okay, without further ado, folks, it's time to dive into the community questions. If you have any questions, make sure to write them in the chat here, or I can pull you up here and you can ask yourself. We do have Gazawi wanting to come up here first. Gazawi, you have been invited to speak, man. Feel free to come up here. It's always good to see you, little brother. Hope you're doing well. Ask any questions you have, and the team will answer it to the best of our ability.
Hey guys, first off, I'm excited for all this new info. It's been very overwhelming, and it's like I've been trying to analyze everything, but I did have one major question, and it's related to the badges. So in Big Time's first iteration, it was you'd earn the token based on how you perform, but it was then changed to how the team performs. So I wanted to ask about that. Like, is it the overall how the team does in the match, or is it like for example, who does most damage gets more escapes from the boss, finishing shot, all of that, or is it just how the team performs overall?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question. So how to put it? So let me put it this way. It still matters how you perform, how the team performs, but it's more about those. So everyone essentially, like, if you win as a team, right? So you like getting rewards, but this is where those value perks come into play, and they're really important. So the individual benefits and the bonuses that you're getting after the battle are highly dependent on those value perks. So although the team effort is really important, so let's say if you win, like, you get more, if you lose, you get less, but those value perks that you have on your gear, they contribute a lot to like your final reward score, basically, final rewards that you're getting.
So so independent performance is gonna be solely on the value perks you have equipped, basically, to get
Yes.
more bonuses. Okay.
Yeah, so
Thank
there
you very
are
much.
parts. You have a equipped badge that defines, let's say, baseline of your rewards, right? With some adjustment based on winning, losing, team, and so on. And you have value perks. Each value perk comes with its own task that you need to complete to activate that perk. So, for example, it says plus 10% of BFT, right? And also it says you need to deal 500 damage with rocket launcher, for example. So once you completed this task, you get your bonus. Or you have two different items with same perk, plus 5%, plus 10% of tokens, and deal 500 damage. So both perks will become active at the end of match if you completed this task at least once. So if you deal 500 damage with a rocket launcher, this is how it works. So your personal performance is based on what value perks you selected, what tasks they have, and did you finish them or not.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Actually, one more thing. Since I'm talking about badges, in Big Time's iteration of the badges, like the hourglasses, it has charges on them. will we see something similar to it in boss fighters, where like let's say you basically have charges for a set amount of matches until you have to like recharge the badge or like do something with the badge?
That is
Uh,
precisely correct.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, but every recharge gives you several matches. It's not one recharge per one match, so you can do recharge once and you get several matches. And some badges you can, the higher rarity, the more recharges you can do at once, and more matches you can get in a row. So instead of recharging every 5 matches, for example, you can do 5 recharges in a row and get 25 matches in a row. For example, it's not exact numbers that will be in the game, just an example.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Excited for the tournament.
Fantastic, Azawi. Always a pleasure to have you up here, man. Fantastic questions. Love it. Up next, we have Will. Will224S from the Alchemist clan. Will, how you doing today, buddy? Willie. Your mic might be muted, buddy. Okay. So Will did put his question in here. He seems, it said it won't let him connect. I'll just read your question, Will. Will, just if it's a different question than the one you posted, just go ahead and ask a different one. But I'll read this one. So Will ask, will there be a sale for the utilities, or will they only be given away in airdrops to current NFT holders for now?
So actually, it's going to be both. There will be a sale for utilities closer to the launch of the token, and before that. But our current NFT holders, our OGs, we definitely want to honor you guys, and we have a plan of airdrops for the rowdy holders, alpha pass holders, and just for our community members who are sticking with us since the very beginning.
Okay, well done. That should be sufficient enough. Thank you, Vadim. Next question. Again, anyone who still has questions, if you put questions early on in the space, make sure to rewrite them. Rewrite them now. You guys have been absolutely going crazy, in the town hall chat, which I love and I appreciate. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. So if your question was, you put it way in the beginning, just make sure you rewrite it now and I'll get to it if it has been answered. This one comes from Mike, again, in the Alchemist. Mike says this verbatim. Hi, in Q3, the contracts will be released in the stadiums as well. When this happens, how will you keep the sales in the community of people who have been holding and supporting BF and not just going to randoms or bots buying everything up before the OG community can get a chance? Regards, Mick Mio.
Okay, that's a good question. So OpenLoot is implementing a whitelisting feature, which we're going to use in the future. So definitely this is the easy way to do, just whitelist our members. OpenLoot also has KYC things, so it's not about the bots. Actually, I don't think they have any problems with the bots there. And on top of that, we don't gonna dump everything at once. We actually have a plan because we want to keep the economy sustainable. How many of the items we can sell, how many we can airdrop. So basically to match the token unlocks and things like that. So it's not going to be a huge amount of these items floating around, and we're going to be utilizing whitelist feature for those sales to for our community to get a chance to get their hands on these items in the first place.
Fantastic, Vadim. Yeah, I could not agree more. This one's a bit of an easier question. I'm just trying to rush through these. We got a lot of them pouring in. This one comes from Codeface. His question is, how long does it take to charge a showrunner's, I believe, a badge, referring to a badge. How long does it take to charge a badge?
I don't actually I cannot tell you exact number right now. Let me check it. But this can be changed there's nothing set in stone right now. Just give me a second. So yeah, I see numbers here, how many hours it takes. So it's hours. Let's say like that. So it takes it takes several hours to get one charge into a badge, and based on the rarity of the badge, you can, like, the commons, they get only one charge. Like high rarity badges, you can put more charges in them.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
So it's
Perfect.
also
That should work for you. That
multiplied.
should work for you, Code.
It's also multiplied by amount of charges you wanna do in a row.
Ah, okay. Okay,
So if
rapid
you're
fire, boys. Here
doing,
we go. This one comes
yeah,
from Will again. Will the actual alpha pass count towards airdrops, or will the NFTs from the past be the only thing that matters?
So since the alpha passes themselves are not tradable, I think it's a good thing to track whether to track the ones who we definitely want to do an airdrop to, but the skins and the contents of the alpha pass I think will also matter. But I'm not ready to talk about this just yet. But just keep in mind that we will honor our rowdy owners and alpha pass owners.
Okay, fantastic. I love that. Well, that feeds into Uber Stoic's next question then. So Uber Stoic asked this. They said, regarding open loop, it seems there needs to be a restructuring for the Rowdy's rarities. Right now, the only way to tell rarity is by reading the stats. Is this something boss fighters will be able to restructure within open loop?
Oh, sorry, misclicked. Accidentally muted
No
myself.
worries.
Yeah, we actually did an announcement like a few weeks ago that we are working on restructuring rarities with OpenLoot for the rowdies. So, and yeah, we announced how the rarities will be restructured based on the attribute called title. I think Uberstoic, you're gonna get the unique item because you have the legend one. So yeah, it's in the making. We just need to do some technical stuff on the background. And yeah, it takes a little bit of time and effort to do it.
Yeah, man. He has the one of one. He has the one of one. I forgot about that, Uber. Congratulations, buddy. That's incredible. Well done, Vadim. Okay. Yeah, the questions are pouring in. I'm just gonna rapid fire them, okay? Good to go, Vadim? Good to go, Alex?
Go, go, go.
Yep.
Okay, here
Go
we go.
first.
This one's from Gazawi. One more question. Is the charging feature going to be similar to time crystals like Big Time, or will Boss Fighters have its own premium currency?
We're gonna have our own premium currency, and you will need not only like those the premium currency, which we're actually gonna uncover in the next article, but for some badges to recharge some of the badges, you actually need some other resources. So we want to keep it very flexible, and at the same time, we don't want to create frustrations by changing numbers drastically. So we think there's a clever balancing system that we developed, and yeah, let's see how it works when we launch it. But yeah, basically you need a premium currency.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, this one's from Captain Morgan from The Alchemist as well. Captain Morgan says, like we did with the boss skin, will we see future opportunities to design/develop skins for or different weapons? Number 2, after economy launch, will we see events that will require rowdies, alpha passes, or such items in order to participate?
I definitely like the idea of having more contests, like creative contests, like crafting your own skins, crafting your skins for the weapons. I think it went super well. So specifically when you know that this thing will become a digital collectible with some utilities, I think it's a super cool thing, and we should do it. We should do it more. So the second one. So can you repeat the second question?
Yeah. No worries. So the second part, well said, by the way, the first one. The second part is after economy launch, will we see exclusive events that require rowdies, alpha passes, or other such items in order for people to participate?
Well, sort of. We're actually gonna have a special thing which we call like arena mode. We haven't yet talked about this thing, and you would need things we call like arena invites. So most likely, if you have if you have rowdies and you won't need those arena invites, or you're getting them with like super high discounts, something like that. But yeah, we want to keep some really cool utilities for the Rowdy owners. Not only airdrops before the launch, but like some exclusive access to really cool events in the game.
Perfect. Okay. Now we have Merlin the Alchemist. He has a lot of questions here. Are you ready for him?
Go for it.
Okay. Number one, question one. Why was the white paper postponed?
That's a good question.
That's a very easy answer. So like the artist who was doing the visuals for the white paper is pretty overwhelmed right now with a lot of other tasks. So yeah, we just had to spare him a little bit.
Perfect.
No worries.
Perfect. I don't think we need to say anything more than that. Well done. Next question. Will there be a limited amount of badges? Yes, like there is on Time Wardens and Big.
Yes, there is.
So yeah, I mean that's just a straight up answer. That's easy, right, guys? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super easy. Yes, that's the whole answer.
Perfect. Okay. Next question. When we merge to a higher rarity, for example, you mentioned merging 2 commons into 1 uncommon and 1 common into 1 rare. When doing so, will the one you burn/merge go back into the crafting pool?
Yes, that is
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
Oh,
This is
those
great. You're
items-
rolling. Good job, guys. Okay. Next question. Will the Rowdies have utilities in game or just be regarding airdrops? Can we use them in game to earn the token too, or something similar? Or is it only based on the badges?
We plan to have an enhanced set of perks for the Rowdies. So like those value perks, the perks on Rowdies will be like super valuable. I would put it this way.
Perfect. And then last question from Merlin. When do you plan the TGE to happen? Roughly, are we talking this year or 2025?
We're talking this year. Yeah, this year. It's not far away, actually. And that's why we like kind of swamped in the work to prepare everything. Yeah, the TGE is planned for this year. It's several months away. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. We have one really very nice comment, and then we have one final question. Here's the nice comment from Mike the Alchemist. As well, it's kind of a question as well, too. But Mike the Alchemist says, Boss Fighters being a VR versus PC and being one of the first of its kind has a lot of potential to engage so many people. It has made me very excited, specifically with hearing about the potential aspect of being included in consoles and even potentially being on mobile. Do we have any time frame on what it would be before we can see Boss Fighters be integrated into mobile devices?
That's a good question. So, making an application for an app lab for a MetaQuest actually is like it's sort of a like 75% of the work that required to make a mobile version, because it's essentially like the same hardware. It's a mobile chip, and we're already there with this application for the app lab. So we need to do like basically we can prioritize this, but it's not on our radar right now. It's better to do it next year, I think, when we like fully standing on our both feet tall, when we launched everything, when we have a working economy, when we have an app lab release, or even MetaQuest release, when we have the PC fighters and some of the new game modes that are coming to the game, and then we can start thinking about porting it to consoles and mobile devices. So like one thing at a time.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. But it's on our radar, correct?
Yes, correct.
Good. So that should be good for you, Mike. That's awesome. And Mike, congratulations, man, on getting a BF whale roll. We love to see that, buddy. Okay, final question. This one's super important. It comes from Sci-Fi High. Sci-Fi High says, I just need clarification. The items on Open Loot right now are cosmetics/skin. For example, the weapons on there are not actual weapons, but they are skins. And skins do not stack up. So there's no point in buying more than one then, correct?
Yes.
So
that's
skins,
right.
yeah, that's correct. Skins do not stack up. but you still can. So having when we launch the economy and we launch the system, you will be able actually to burn any item, so it returns into a crafting pool. And when you burn items, you can actually get some resources back. And because we can, all of the items on OpenLoot right now, they receive those value perks. Right now they're unknown. So having several of those skins actually might make sense for you, because you might decide to burn some of them and basically re-roll, craft again these cosmetic items when they come in. But those items that are on OpenLoot right now, these are all like very unique items, and they will have like additional benefits in the form of value perks.
Okay. Sci-Fi, if you have any further questions on that or need any more clarification, just, reach out to me. Always reach out to any of us. We'll always be there to help you guys. Everyone, it's been a phenomenal Discord stage. We appreciate everyone migrating from the Twitter. Obviously, Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, man. There's some technical difficulties on it. But we're just so happy to have the community always rally behind us and support this game. None of this would be possible without you guys, and we are so appreciative of each and every single one of you. Alex and Vadim, before we close this out, any final thoughts, anything you want to share before we end it?
No, I'm good. So actually, like, the one thing to mention is initially planned is to do on Twitter, and there was a sort of a giveaway thing for Twitter. I guess we should do this in our Discord right now, and I'll let you, Rand, to decide how we go about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about the whole giveaway aspect. Okay, guys. Okay. I think, let's do, how about, I'm not sure. I think we should end it, and then we should announce the giveaway winners in the Discord afterwards. That way everyone gets excited about and, gets super pumped up, and they're like, oh man, hey, we should be involved. Which giveaway are we talking about? Are we talking about the entry one?
So I think there were two of them. So there were the game items, and we actually have those the ACID from the ACID collection. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed already, so I need to double check with Alice about this. But I'll let you to decide what to do about how to give those giveaways away.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm like everything's been like a little bit frazzled too, man. I'm with you, but no worries. Okay, guys, just be on the lookout. If you were in this space, you were involved in here, and you enjoyed what you saw, don't worry. We got some awesome giveaways coming in hot. We'll announce the winners. Congratulations. We've been able to track everyone that is in this town hall right here, right now, as well as our asset collection giveaway over on OpenLoot. Big shout out to everyone who has been joining the Discord. We broke over 30,000 members, man. That's what you love to see, and we're only going to continue to go up from here. Folks, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. As always, make sure to just message Alex in general or chit-chat with any ideas you have behind the game. Alex loves getting feedback and getting any insight for anything to add into the game. Again, he is the lead game designer, so literally no idea is a bad idea, and Alex loves hearing about all of them. Folks, it's been an absolute pleasure. We will talk to y'all next time. If you're a boss, keep on bossing on. You're a fighter, keep on fighting. See y'all in the arena tomorrow. Peace.